a moment to get your seats. So I'm very pleased and honored to turn over the mic to our illustrious co-hosts for the Rolex Yachtswoman and Yachtsman of the Year Awards. Gary Jobson is one of the best-known sailor celebrities since the advent of television. He's a member of the National Sailing Hall of Fame, America's Cup veteran, longtime volunteer at U.S. Sailing and World Sailing. He's written numerous books, texts, manuals, sailing coach, professional mariner, and historian of our sport, as well as the co-creator of U.S. Sailing's modern sail training program for youth. He's also a past president of U.S. Sailing and a past vice president of World Sailing. Katie Nastro is, did I pronounce that correctly? Nastro, I'm sorry.
Astro with an N.
Okay, Astro. Nastro is none of the above. But don't worry, she does know how to sail. Katie's a former national championship winning collegiate sailor for Boston College. Sailed for a guy named Greg Wilkinson, maybe? Is that right? Yeah, okay. Taylor Canfield was on your team, maybe? Yeah, okay. All right, I got it. On a championship winning team at Boston College, go Eagles, and the host of U.S. Sailing's YouTube series, The Beat. Katie has worked on large-scale sailing events over the years, including the 2017 America's Cup, Extreme Sailing Series, the 2018 Aarhus, I didn't pronounce that right, did I? Aarhus World Sailing Championships, and currently helps promote Sail GP. She has worked with U.S. Sailing in a variety of camera roles before leaping into the broadcast space, where she is a travel spokesperson featured on national outlets such as Good Morning America, NBC, ABC, and more. Please welcome our co-hosts for the awarding of the Rolex Yachtswoman and Yachtsman of the Year Awards, Gary Jobson and Katie Nastro. Welcome. Thank you.
Oh, was he practicing? I hope he wasn't practicing because that was live.
I will get that. Okay.
That was awful.
Well, that was, Henry, very nice. Thank you very much. You know, it's actually midnight in the East Coast of the U.S. where Katie and I flew in. So for anybody in the East Coast, we're still rolling along in our program tonight. So anyway, welcome to the 2024 Rolex Yachtsman, Yachtswoman of the Year ceremony, where we celebrate excellence on the water, which is for a calendar year, 2024. And we sure have an eclectic group of finalists, both four men actually, and 3 women here, which is pretty special. Katie, it's great to be with you, and Henry already got your whole bio there. And you know, I got to cover her when she was sailing in the Collegiate Nationals, and you had quite a team going there, and well done.
Yes, thank you, Gary. I just want to say thank you for sharing the stage with somebody that is much, I was going to say shorter, but he said it first. I just want to say thank you to everybody here, to U.S. Sailing, to Rolex, and to everybody tuning in at home. This is my first ever Rolex Awards, and I couldn't be more happy to be able to speak with Gary about these incredible nominees. It's not about us, it is about them. And so without further ado, we're going to get right into it.
So this award dates back, believe it or not, to 1961. I was 11 at that time.
I was not around.
And Rolex has been our proud sponsor. You weren't?
It's a little bit before my time.
Yeah, okay. And Rolex has been our sponsor, proud sponsor, since 1980. And Kyle Youngins is with us. We're going to hear from him in a few minutes with Rolex USA. Thank you very much, Kyle. And you have the timepieces with you, correct? He's got it. Okay, good. Just make sure we have those.
Kyle, we talked about this previously. we need to get our wrist sizes measured, you know, just for R&D, just a little product testing out there. So we'll circle back on that on Monday.
All righty. And we do have some past Rolex Yachtsman and Yachtswoman of the Year winners with us today, and we'll follow suit with that little soliloquy we had earlier, and let me ask them to stand up. So J.J. Federer is here with us tonight. J.J., four-time winner. Four-time winner. Betsy Allison is with us, five-time winner. And Dawn Riley is with us. Hello, Dawn. Stan Honey is with us. Stan, our hero. And this is kind of interesting. Hannah Sweat won this award back in 2003, and she's back.
We love a double feature.
And I think she was nominated in the 1990s sometime. It's a pretty long range, although maybe Betsy has a little longer range because she was on the short list just a couple years ago. So very cool. So with that, I'd like to invite Kyle to the stage, and he's going to make some remarks on behalf of Rolex. Kyle? Welcome.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Katie. You guys are already a tough act to follow. This is a new dynamic that I like. So this is fun, and Katie will work on the R&D. You know, got that. But no, first of all, I would just like to thank everyone for being here. I would like to thank Henry, the entire U.S. Sailing Board, as well as the entire staff of U.S. Sailing. So much goes into this weekend, these awards, and the entire year. So I thank you for that. We've been a sponsor, since Gary said, since 1980 of U.S. Sailing. It's one of our longest, most proud partnerships that we have. Thank you. And the Rolex Yachtswoman of the Year Awards is obviously something that is near and dear to our hearts. And it's something that we are so proud of. And we are so proud of the individuals that are nominated this year. And I think that it is such a great acknowledgement to even just make the short list. So I do want to just congratulate each and every one of you who have made the short list. It is such a tremendous honor. Whether you win or not, you are a steward for sailing, and I think it's something to be very, very proud of. So I wish you all the best of luck, and I will hand it back over to Gary and Katie.
Hold on. I'm going to ask you two questions. So Kyle, before you leave the stage, I have two questions. First of all, you like my Rolex, by the way? Looks good. This is for the Maxi World Championship in 1990. I wear it every day. Except occasionally I put another one on from Courageous a few times. Yeah, when it gets served. How long does it take to make one of these timepieces?
It is technically 1 year.
1 year to make one of these?
Yes.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And then, can you confirm how the name Rolex came about? What's that?
It was whispered in an ear of our founder.
Okay, it was whispered in the ear of our founder. Well, anyway, it's a good word, and it stands for a lot of great things, and we certainly appreciate your sponsorship in the sport of sailing. Thank you, Kyle. And we'll see you back up here when we do the awards. All right, Katie, you got the floor.
Okay, all right, Gare. Can I call you Gare? Well,
Yeah.
we'll go with it.
I've been called a lot of other things, too, so.
I'm going to be nice. Okay, so neither Gary nor myself know the winners. We are not privy to that information, just like you all. It feels very award show-esque, I would say. We do have the digital pleasure of being able to live stream this event, so for anybody that's not able to attend in person, please feel free to share the link. The selection panel, for anybody that is unaware, like myself, no, I'm kidding, is made up of two groups, past winners and sailing journalists.
You know, I think it's more fun not knowing who the winner is. We really do not know, but we do have the
No
envelopes
idea.
in our pockets, so we'll go there. So on the Yachtswoman of the Year, Rolex Yachtswoman of the Year, there are 3 finalists, and the first is, we're doing this alphabetically, Cole Brower. Cole, of course, became quite a famous person, sailing by herself, the first American woman to do it nonstop around the world in a 40-foot boat. You know, most people do these in 60-foot boats. She did it in a 40-foot boat. And I think she had something like 400,000 Instagram followers, which was more than a couple other regattas like your Sail GP or the America's Cup. It was quite extraordinary.
Go Cole.
All right, go Cole. And then Monica Morgan from Chicago, a long-time Lightning crew, and I think she's the first since 1961 to be a crew that works on the bow of a boat to be nominated for this award. So, Monica, you're representing a lot of people in the forward part of the boat. And this year was aboard winning the J24 Nationals, the North Americans, and the World Championship. And as a longtime Etchell sailor, I want to point out a standout in the Etchells class. So congratulations. And then Hannah Sweat, as I mentioned earlier, has been nominated for this award in the past, won it back in 2003. It's 21 years ago.
She doesn't look a day over 20.
No, it's amazing. And she did well in the IC37s this year, and interestingly, was a standout and champion in match racing, team racing, and fleet racing. So I got to ask her which of those disciplines she likes. So that's our women's list.
And now for the men. Ian Barrows, Yale grad from the U.S. Virgin Islands, and Stanford University's Hans Henken, also hometown hero. These two won a bronze medal in the Olympics in Marseille this past August. So give them a round of applause. Unfortunately, they could not be here this evening, but they are here in spirit. Travis Odenbach from Rochester, New York, go New York, a J24 and J22 world champion. Yes, we encourage applause. Jeremy Wilmot, AKA Troll, lives between Newport, Rhode Island and Norwalk, Connecticut, originally from Australia and now an American citizen. It is very unique to have someone nominated for being a helmsman and a tactician, both world champions in each. So I should say, that's, yeah, again. Yeah, great, good. And that's all for the men.
Okay, well, that's a pretty darn good list. So we've prepared a little video to get some images, reminding everybody this is the sport of sailing. So turn your attention to our screens here. There might be sound, too. There we go. Kind of gets the heart count going. All right, well, we'd like to invite Travis Odenbach and Monica Morgan and Hannah Sweat up to the stage and join us, and we're going to play a little ping pong up here between me and Katie. wherever you'd like to sit. Well, first of all, congratulations for this honor of being up here. And you know, this is relatively new. It's only been the last several years where we've had 3 finalists, and we don't know the winner. And I always like the Academy Awards where everybody, if you win, great, and if you don't, you still got to be the good sport and everything. So we don't know, but you've certainly distinguished yourselves over the years. So, Travis, my first question is you, and Katie and I are going to go back and forth. How do you shift gears from one boat to another boat? And you know, there are different boats and different size crews, and how do you do that? You need a microphone.
Okay, can everybody hear me? Yeah, I've been sailing the J24 and the J22 for about 10 years, 12 years, and had some success in the classes, but nothing like this year. And I think the biggest thing for me this year was just, I don't know, I was in a really comfortable state from, you know, last 10 years of being in the boat, and that made it really easy to kind of shift gears. They're not too different, but they're enough that it's scary.
Scary.
Scary, yeah. You got one boat, you're pushing on the helm to go up, and the other boat is a neutral helm. So I'm like, how am I going to figure that out? But it happened. So it was a good year.
Second question. This is a real nail biter. Where did you get the name Honey Badger? How did that come about? It's a scrappy little animal.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's a scrappy little animal. Back in 2011, I think there was a video that came out about the honey badger, and I can't really explain what was said, but it turned out that one of my buddies, Bobby Bryant, decided that that was me, and it's the honey badger doesn't care, and the honey badger, you know, the biggest thing I learned from that was that the honey badger got bit by a snake and got back up and ate the snake. So I figured that would be a good boat name for us.
Don't mess with the badger.
That's right.
So I know, Travis, you've been doing a lot of coaching with young sailors. Are some of the things that you teach and learn from them help you with your own racing?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I spent the last year coaching at the Rochester Yacht Club right up until September when I kind of decided I wanted to go and sail all these events. But the biggest thing I learned was motivation and understanding each person on a team. Just working with the kids and understanding how to get them motivated really helped me understand myself as well. And those kids are amazing. I mean, it was eye-opening to watch, and certainly gratifying to see little kids get better and better each day.
All right. What's on your plate for 2025?
Lots of J70 sailing, but the new thing is I'm going to do a little match racing.
Good sport. Good sport. Katie?
So now we're going to shift to Monica. The unsung hero, I feel like the bow person usually is. You know, the tactician, the helmsman, they get a lot of credit, but the bow, that's where it's at. Can you talk about how you mentally and sort of physically prepare before an event?
When I'm at home, we live in Vermont and down in Florida. In Florida in the winter, I go to the gym probably 5 days a week.
Wow. 5 days a week?
It's
okay.
pretty fun.
Sorry.
In Vermont, not as much. We're kind of vacationing a little bit, taking summer break. But I just try to stay in my routine, go to the gym, my nutrition, just try to stay in my routine as much as I can. It just keeps my head pretty clear. And then when I go to a regatta, I'm just pretty clear. And we have a lot of boat lists, so a lot of preparation with that, making sure that the boat's ready ahead of time before the regatta.
How much time do you spend putting a boat together and working on it before the regatta starts?
Oh, it varies, but I mean, we've worked on a couple boats that have taken months. With us, like a month or so, month-long process, but it was a continuing process. So we'd work on it, go sailing, work on it a little bit more, go sailing a little bit more, and so we were ready for the Worlds. by the time that the Worlds came, there was no more boat work to be done.
Did you play any sports in school other than your sailing?
I played basketball until the height made a big difference. I just stopped growing.
There is nothing wrong with being a little bit shorter than everybody else. Don't
Well, you were
sell
fast
yourself.
and you had a good shot?
Yeah, I was a little quicker, but that was about it, just basketball. Yeah.
All right, question number 2. How can we encourage, not that our sport doesn't do an incredible job at it, but how can we encourage more women and girls to get into sailing and not be afraid of taking on positions that maybe aren't necessarily, quote unquote, for a female?
I think we asked them. I think it starts at such a basic ground local level. It's inviting people to do a beer can race with you, or encouraging the junior sailors to stay afterwards and do the double-handed night, or I let people use my laser. If they want to go sailing that night and they're down and they take care of the boat, I encourage people to come to the gym with me.
Gary?
We could.
This is my opportunity
Oh, you could still come.
to come to the gym.
Yeah.
I was saying, I have a nice boat in Annapolis. I don't know if you've sailed in the Chesapeake, but feel free to come down anytime. A few days ahead of a regatta, it'd be great.
Okay. But I think there's a lot of classes that have a lot of women sailors, and we could learn a lot from them, like the Lightning class, or the Snipe class, or the Melgis 15 class, or the VX1 class, or the Viper class. This J24 Worlds, we had the most all-female teams that we've had in a while. I don't remember how many boats, 4 boats of all-female teams. So, I mean, I think it's up to us. And we just have to invite people out and, I don't know.
Do you ever feel like, hey, let me steer for a while, huh? All that riding up there in the front of the boat.
I love crewing. I absolutely love crewing. I sail with my laser on Thursday nights at home in Vermont, but I really enjoy crewing. It makes me pretty excited to be able to help get that part of the boat going.
And do you get involved in the tactical part of the race?
Maybe downwind, I'll give some input, but we have a tactician.
She's being modest.
I get the gist. All right.
Well, thank you, Monica. Any plans for 2025 sailing-wise?
We're going to sail the Etchels quite a bit more. We're going to sail a Dragon.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe some more regattas, yeah. We'll see.
Well, good. Well, good luck the coming year. So, Hannah, welcome back to the stage.
Thank you, Gary.
My first question for you is, so you've been doing some match racing, you've been doing some team racing, you've been doing plenty of fleet racing. Is there one discipline you like more than the other?
Well, what I like when you leave the dock, you're with your team, you go sailing, you try to win as much as possible. It doesn't really matter whether you're fleet racing, team racing, or match racing. They're all just, it's about being with your team and winning.
All righty.
That's very true. Now, how does it feel to be back up on stage? Not that I like to ask a lady her age, because we know what happens when you do. But that was in 2003. That was quite a bit of time ago. How does it feel to be back?
Well, this is one of those things. Thank you, Rolex, for bringing me back up, and thank you for everyone for being here. But it's pretty awesome that I have to say, and thanks to my teammates who are sitting over there, that I've sailed various Whitney Peterson, Dawn Riley, and Joan Porter. It's pretty cool because this is a sport that we can do forever. So let's celebrate that and really enjoy it. And I'm just so happy to be back up here.
Very cool. The name of your boat is Mo, M-O. I mean, we're talking about honey badgers, so we might as well ask about Mo. Where did that come from?
Okay. Do I have to divulge? Okay. So.
This is family and friends here.
Okay.
You're
Don't
one of,
judge.
we're all one of
Please-
you. You know?
Please don't judge on this one. The origins of the name of our boat were, 3 of us were partners. We were all on the New York Yacht Club membership committee. So it really started out as members only. And the crew a few years ago didn't think that was so cool. So now we're MO. So don't judge me.
I'm not sure I should have asked that. All right. Well, you got a big year ahead. And you want to ask her this important question here?
Yes, the Invitational Cup is...
The Rolex Invitational.
Yes, excuse me. The Rolex Invitational Cup is coming around in September. What does training look like for that?
Yes, so to me, as I've said before with these lovely people sitting here on my team, the most important thing, I think, is a team in sailing. And I've been lucky to sail with a lot of great sailors. And so part of my team is someone I've been sailing with for 30 years, and I have some brand new members of the team. So for me, the biggest part is putting together the team, and then, of course, executing the plan. But we've got a solid team together, so I'm really excited for the Invitational Cup.
How much racing will you be doing this summer and practicing for that?
All summer. We're sailing every IC37 regattas, and then making sure we do some team racing in between, because it's always really good to have the boat-to-boat combat down. So it's a lot of sailing.
Do you feel a lot of pressure? You're now representing the New York Yacht Club, and they want to win, and they've had a little drought in the America's Cup, so...
No pressure.
Good, all
You've
right.
got this.
Well, we wish you well, and congratulations to be a finalist, and well, thank you. We're going to turn now to go to Cole Brower. She's not here. She's out sailing in the ocean, double-handed at the present time, and we'll see if we can get her up on the screen. And I think it's fair to say we'd all like to be sailing right now, too. What do you think? Can we pull this off? Cole!
Hi.
Technology, people. Amazing.
I'll kick off here. Tell us where you are, what's the weather like, and how are you doing?
So I'm at 44 degrees south and 124 degrees east, which is about 700 miles south of Australia, of Perth, actually Western Australia. And yeah, it's actually super light right now. I had a crazy night last night. The bobstay broke and our code ended up behind the main, and then we fought to get it down in about 5-meter waves. And yeah, and now it's only blowing 9 knots. So, you know, you never really know what you're up against in the Southern Ocean, truthfully.
This is wild. I really am so impressed with the quality of the audio right now. Cole, how are you? I miss you. It's a fellow media lady. I'm so impressed by just how you've taken our sport and really just put it to the masses. For anybody that's looking to pursue, you know, really just over-the-moon sailing goals, and looking to use social media as a way to reach those goals, but maybe is a little bit worried about putting themselves out there, what advice would you give those people?
So I hated social media before I started my campaign in 2023. But there was something that happened where you just have to kind of branch out and go, okay, I am not going to watch any of my reels that I make. I'm just going to post. I'm not going to, you know, dissect what I look like and what I'm saying. I'm just going to be as authentic and open as possible and just put it out there. And people either like it or they don't like it. And the thing that we found out was that people loved it. They loved participating in this and seeing the world that we don't usually get to show. I mean, it's like going to Mars, but there's a bunch of water around. And so I think with the social media, I got more confident with it, but I still don't watch my reels. I make them I love editing them, and then I post them. And I think if anyone is interested in doing these major events like the Vendée or the any ocean globe race, solo race, double hand, fully crewed, you have to be okay with kind of putting yourself out there and becoming your own cheerleader and being okay with that. And with Elizabeth Tucker, who's actually behind my screen right now, this is exactly what she did when she bought First Light, my previous boat that I'm on right now, that I sailed around the world on, is that she hired me pretty much not just, to get her to Australia as a training opportunity for her to learn the boat, to learn solo sailing, but also like, what does it take to be a media mogul? And really, when it comes down to it, it's just putting yourself out there and not judging yourself too harshly.
Can we say hello to Elizabeth, who's sitting there next to you?
She's like, absolutely not.
Elizabeth.
Okay, but the boat's a mess. I only cleaned my section.
We get it. You're in the, you're in the middle of the ocean. It's okay.
There you
Yay!
go. Hello, Elizabeth.
I love it.
All right. We
Everybody's
cannot
waving.
recognize you here. So Cole, last year and a half ago, you were out there, and I felt like I was sailing along with you, getting up every morning, having my tea, and seeing your Instagram. So you did that by yourself. Now you're doing it double-handed. Do you prefer one over the other?
I think that, honestly, I think the solo it's almost a little bit easier because I'm having to talk a lot more, which sounds crazy, but I'm having to actually express my feelings. Like last night when the code went awry and all of a sudden we had to get one of our biggest sails out of the sky and it's only two of us. And I'm also incredibly dyslexic. And so now I'm having to use my words. And I am Monica normally. Like I am normally on the bow. I don't really speak that much unless, want a little bit of input downwind or during coaching or whatever. And that's why I think what makes me a very good solo sailor is that I don't do that much talking. I don't have to deal with words. But with Elizabeth, I'm like yelling like the mast, and the words don't come out clearly as like with Travis, who's a tactician and a driver. I'm sure everything comes out so much easier. And same with Hannah, like these words come out. But I came into this world so late, and Elizabeth is coming into this sailing world so late that the words, I speak human first and sailing second. And so solo for me is so much easier because I can just do it and it's just second nature and I don't have to think about it. But now with another human, it's teaching me so much more about myself and my own sailing ability and what I actually really have to continue to learn and to use my words because they don't come out naturally.
So how much time do you each spend on deck by yourself versus both of you up there together?
I mean, we do a lot of dancing videos outside. And originally I was doing all the sail changes. And then Elizabeth didn't like that. She wanted to participate more. I don't like to share. So now we do all the sail changes together, which has been great. And it takes a ton of stress off of me because I don't have to be Mrs. Octopus out there doing everything 40 feet away from everything. So we spend in the Southern Ocean probably a total of 10 minutes outside. That's trimming, that's checking things, that's going over what's wrong with the boat, that's looking at chafe, and then it's pretty much just taking care of ourselves. In the tropics, we were out there every day because we're in a fiberglass shell. It's like being on the inside of a J24 in the middle of August in Miami.
Awful.
Well, Cole, final question. We'll let you get back to it. But on this latest endeavor, what has been sort of the high, and then sort of the low? Maybe last night was a low.
I definitely was exhausted last night, that's for sure. And I think on like this whole journey has been really amazing because I've learned a lot more about myself and myself as a sailor. And my first journey around the world, I became very present in what I was doing and I slowed down a lot. And I think us as sailors, and you guys can correct me, but we're always like on the plane to the next event. We're always stressed out, like, okay, how much money are we bringing in? Are we giving enough time to our families? Are Are we doing all these things that we're supposed to be doing? And then when I'm out here, none of that exists. Like, the money's been transferred, everything's done. You can just sail, and it's just days. I mean, this is 62 days that I've been out at sea. Wow. And this event at least. And it's amazing because you can just focus on, like, I need to eat, I need to take a crap, and I need to focus on, my health and making sure I'm getting enough sleep and that the code doesn't want to try to get in the ocean. And it's really wonderful. So I encourage anyone that's into ocean sailing or solo sailing to just do it and don't be afraid of it, because we for a long time been made afraid of this, and it's not scary. We all know how to sail, and it's actually a lot easier than inshore sailing.
You're making it look pretty easy, I'm not gonna lie.
All right, Cole, please hang around here a little bit, because we're going to announce our winners here shortly, and we'd like to thank our guests on the stage, and we'll excuse you now, and soon we'll have some big news here. So thank you very much, Hannah, Travis, and Monica. Thank you. And Cole, don't go away. Just kind of hang with us here. All right, Katie, I think you're going to do the Rolex Yachtswoman of the Year. No, we have a couple of other guys to hear from.
Yes, due to some scheduling issues, because some of our nominees are literally doing the sport that we are all here for, we have some pre-recorded videos for those of us who could not join us.
All right, so we want to hear from Ian Burrows, Hans Hankin, and then Jeremy Wilmot.
I'm honored and humbled to be nominated alongside Ian as finalist for the 2024 Rolex Yachtsman of the Year. This is a moment that I never imagined happening, and to be recognized alongside these outstanding finalists is both surreal and deeply meaningful to me. Sailing is a huge part of my life, and the sport has such a strong history in this country. I feel immensely grateful to be a part of that legacy. It's special to be welcome here in Cornell tonight as well. This is where my sailing started. In 2007, I had the opportunity to compete in the U.S. Olympic trials here in San Diego. As a 15-year-old, seeing that level of competition up close was a defining moment. It inspired me to dream bigger, to push myself harder, and to set my sights on the Olympic Games. Now, after 17 years of commitment, 3 Olympic campaigns, 2 Stanford degrees, and countless challenges, I can say that this journey has been one of resilience, sacrifice, and belief. More than anything, this nomination is proof that hard work pays off. Sailing isn't all just about talent. It's about showing up every day, learning from setbacks, and staying committed. In 2020, when Ian and I first teamed up, we faced a lot of uncertainty. We had each had success, but the reality was we were not where we wanted to be. We sat down and laid out a simple but high-stakes goal: finish in the top 10 at the 2021 World Championships, which neither of us had ever done before in our Olympic careers, as the reason to continue towards Paris, or stop altogether. We knew we had the talent, but were we willing to do the work? That challenge forced us to give everything we had in that first year. And when we met our goal by finishing 4th, we knew we had something special. There are no shortcuts in this sport. This nomination is a reminder of all the hours spent training, all the lessons learned along the way. One of those lessons learned comes from right here in Coronado, from my first coach, John Rogers. He loves his mantras, and there's many to choose from, but the one that I'll share with you tonight is this. Imagine, you're at your local club, and you're about to launch your boat to get on with practice. There isn't a drop of wind anywhere in sight, and I mean, it's a glass off. And right at the moment when you're thinking to yourself, what in the world am I doing here? You hear John yell from across the dock, not necessarily at anyone specific, and probably more so to remind himself, we love light air. We absolutely love it. Now, what does this mean? It can mean many things. But over the years, I've taken it to mean embrace all sailing conditions, especially the ones that you really don't like, because you never really know what you're going to be racing in. That mindset stuck with me, and during my campaign with Ian, I used that same mantra constantly. Jokingly, of course, and randomly in moments, but deep down, those words held a more serious meaning, to keep focused and positive no matter the circumstances. And when we arrived at the games in Marseille and found ourselves racing day after day in difficult, light air conditions, that mantra, which we did say often to each other, I believe played a huge role in our performance in the end. Winning an Olympic medal was one of the proudest moments of my life. But I believe this nomination represents something bigger. This nomination showcases the best of what sailing has to offer to the world. It's a reminder to us all why we all fell in love with the sport in the first place. and I hope it continues to inspire the next generation. To me, it highlights the importance of continuing to bring greater visibility to Olympic sailing and to continue to support all those who aspire to compete on the world's biggest stages. If my journey can inspire others to get involved, set big goals, and chase their dreams, that is something that I can take great pride in. In the end, being a finalist for this award isn't just about Ian and myself, it's about the people who have supported us, our teammates, coaches, mentors, and family. We wouldn't be here without the incredible support system that has guided us along the way. I'm deeply grateful, and I hope to continue representing the U.S. sailing community with passion and commitment for years to come. Thank you.
Bravo.
Thank you so much for the nomination of the Rolex Yachtsman of the Year. It's a huge honor and a privilege for me. Growing up, if you were to say I would be here in this situation, I wouldn't believe you. And it's always been a dream of mine to represent the U.S. on the world stage. And it was an honor to bring back a medal for the U.S. I just wanted to thank all the people out there that have supported me and put me in this place. I couldn't have done it without all of you. Thank you so much.
One more, Jeremy Wilmot.
Hi everyone, just want to say what an honor it is to be nominated for Yachtsman of the Year. I'd like to thank US Sailing and Rolex for all the great things that you continue to do for our great sport. I'd like to congratulate my fellow finalists. It's been a great year for all of us and a great year for US Sailing in general. I'm really sorry I can't be there tonight. I wish with everything I could. Hopefully what we do here in Sydney will make you all proud. Everyone here is itching to go, and I'm just really excited to hear the results. I hope everyone has a great night, and we'll be following.
All right, very good. So if I could invite President Brower back to the stage, and Kyle Youngins, if you could come join us up here for the presentation. All right, the big moment. Katie, you got the floor.
The big moment. I encourage everybody to do a little table drum roll. Yes, yes, here we go. And the award goes to, no, I'm kidding. The Yachtswoman of the Year, Cole Brower. Now, obviously, Cole couldn't be here in person, but there she is, Cole! Congratulations! How does this feel?
Awesome. It's so awesome. I had a bottle of champagne around here somewhere, but it's hidden in my bed.
Yes.
I found it.
Yes, pop that bottle, girl!
Woo! Thanks, guys.
Traveling with priorities. I love it. Would you like to say a few words?
Yes, for sure. I mean, first off, I've never put makeup on for an award, so this is special. And I'm in the middle of the ocean, and I actually thought about this to actually pull my makeup out of my faraway kit that's in the mess of here. But that's besides the point. Thank you so much to the committee. Thank you guys so much to US Sailing and to Rolex. This is an amazing, amazing thing. I cannot thank you enough. And really, it was not an alone feat for this entire situation. I had a massive team behind me that worked day in and day out for months to make this all happen. And so yes, and I really, I thank you guys so much. And to the other nominees, I love working next to you guys. I hope to see you guys all very, very soon in the Miami circuit and in Newport. And so I'm not out of sailing. I cannot wait to be back at shore and doing all of my wonderful sailing events. And then hopefully doing the Ocean Race Europe this year. So, but this is an amazing award, and this whole year has been kind of a whirlwind of awards, and this one definitely is quite near and dear to my heart. So thank you so much to the committee.
Congratulations again, and congratulations to the nominees. And don't worry, we'll keep that timepiece on ice for you.
Yeah, I want that one. I want this one.
I'll share, don't worry. No, kidding. Congratulations again, and thank you so much for streaming in, I should say.
Remarkable how good the quality of the video and your voice is. So congratulations, Cole, and we look forward to seeing you back in the USA wearing your timepiece proudly. Congratulations.
I'm ready. Thanks, guys.
It's kind of fun, huh? All right, we move on to the Rolex Yachtsman of the Year award. And like you, I don't know, and I've got the thing here. And the winner is, this is fun because for 10 seconds I know and you don't. The Rolex Yachtsman of the Year award goes to our Olympic medalists Ian Burrows and Hans Hanken. Do we have a family member from Hans, I think, is here? They'd like to accept? There we go.
Yes,
Come on up.
we invite his mother and his beautiful wife up to the stage to accept on his behalf.
A mom and a wife. Perfect. Would you like to say something? Like to say anything?
Hans will say it all in his video. I will say I am the executive producer and director of the video.
I was going to say, we need to give credit where credit is due.
Thank you.
We're just so proud of Hans. We got to be there for the whole week in Marseille. Actually, we got to go to Paris for the opening ceremony too, and that was incredible. Little did we know the week that was about to come, and honestly, it doesn't change our lives. Hans is still the same person, but Hans and I have been together for 13 years. Obviously, Tamara has known Hans her whole life, and, or his whole life, his whole life. But Hans and Ian have worked tirelessly for this, and I'm so proud of them. There were points where they were, almost ready to can it, and they did not. And I hope that their achievement inspires this room and the whole U.S. sailing community. And Ian Burrows has been such a phenomenal teammate to Hans. As you might be able to tell, Hans is very type A go-getter, and Ian's a much more go with the flow, and they just make such an amazing team and complementing each other. So thank you, Rolex, for the award on behalf of Hans and Ian.
Bravo. Well done. So, Katie, this concludes part one of the evening.
Garrett, I think we have a couple pre-records to get through.
Listen, thank you very much, everybody. It was a great night. Cole, congratulations. Very cool that you accepted this out in the middle of the ocean. Our finalists, sorry you didn't make it this year. Hannah, you do have a Rolex, though, from another past year. And Travis, you got plenty of sailing coming up, so we look forward to that. And Monica, we'll look for you out in the race course. Remember, you have an invite to come sail in Annapolis. Thank you very much, everybody.
And now we will hear from the winners.
Oh, are they on?
Pre-record.
Ah. How the hell do they know that? We didn't know.
Technology, it's a nifty thing.
Okay, fire away.
Wow. Thank you so much. Good thing this is pre-recorded.
You
because
could script that.
I'd be speechless. What an honor it is to receive the Rolex Yachtsman of the Year award here tonight with Ian. It is humbling to join the ranks of so many legendary sailors who have come before us. This award represents not only personal achievement, but the accumulation of years of dedication, teamwork, and unwavering encouragement from so many people. It serves as a reminder that success in sailing, as in life, is never accomplished alone. and I'm filled with immense appreciation for the many, many people who have played an instrumental role in this journey. It's hard to put into words and really describe the magic of the Olympic Games. From opening to closing ceremony, I experienced moments that I'll cherish forever. Competing on the world's biggest stage was a dream come true, and it was a privilege to represent my country. I'm incredibly proud of what Ian and I have accomplished, and it sometimes feels like yesterday that we were just getting started on this pretty crazy dream. I'd like to first thank my teammate and really good friend, Ian. Wow, man. Thank you for the ride of a lifetime. You have pushed me to be a better sailor, but more importantly, a better person, and I'm truly grateful for the time we spent together on the water. Our campaign definitely was a wrangle, as we like to say, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. To my parents, Ed and Tamara Hankin, my siblings and former skippers, Sterling and Paris, and my entire family, you have all worked so hard to guide me and inspire me into becoming the person I am today. I wouldn't be here and have reached this milestone without your love, dedication, sacrifice, and belief in me. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for standing by me every step of the way. To my beautiful wife, Helena, you are my everything, and I love you to the moon and back. We did the thing. Thank you for being my rock every single day, and I'm beyond grateful for all that you've sacrificed to help me achieve my dreams. The days and nights apart, the countless phone calls and messages of encouragement, I'm incredibly lucky to have you in my life. You've supported me unconditionally and never let me give up. I love you so, so, so much. To our coaching staff, Charlie McKee and Mark Asquith, wow, I cannot express enough gratitude for your tireless effort, coaching, dedication, mentorship, and confidence in us. It's been an honor to share this journey with both of you. And just like the podium finish at the Games, this accomplishment is just as much yours as it is ours. To the entire U.S. Skiff Squad, especially our training partners, Nevin Snow and Mac Agnese, thank you for pushing us. Your presence on the water and dedication to excellence have shaped us into becoming the best versions of ourselves. Every close battle, every long debrief, and every shared moment between us has contributed greatly to getting us here. To Team USA, the U.S. Sailing Team, America One Racing, the Windmark Sailing Foundation, the St. Francis Sailing Foundation, the Sailing Foundation of New York, to all of our generous donors, fitness trainers, physiotherapists, doctors, friends, fans, and supporters, thank you for all of your support, your unwavering belief, and dedication and commitment to making our dream a reality. Thank you for cheering Ian and I on and rallying behind us throughout our Olympic campaign. It's been a wonderful experience, and we are deeply, deeply grateful. Finally, to U.S. Sailing and Rolex, thank you for this tremendous honor and for your steadfast commitment to our sport. Your support creates opportunities for athletes to chase their ambitions and achieve greatness. By honoring those achievements on American sailors, you continue to showcase and expand our awesome sport for generations to come. I've said this before, and it goes without saying. Tonight, we stand here not as individuals, but as a testament to the collective efforts, sacrifices, and encouragement of so many. This award is not ours alone. It belongs to each and every person who has lifted us up, inspired us, and given us the courage to pursue excellence. To summarize in the words of Sir Isaac Newton, if I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. Our success is a result of standing on the shoulders of those giants, and to them, I say thank you.
Wow.
I was going to say, wow.
Yeah, wow.
Hello, nice job. All right, thank you very much, everybody. It was a great evening, big weekend ahead. Thank you and good night.
I think we got one more video, Gary.
You got Ian?
Yeah, I think we do.
No, I want to say,
Yeah, we'll give him a couple minutes.
okay. Sorry.
Thank you so much for Rolex Yachtsman of the Year. It's a huge honor and a privilege to celebrate this award with Hans. He's the best teammate ever. Couldn't have asked for anyone else. I definitely couldn't have done it without him. I've learned so much from him about life and sailing. Thank you so much. I'd also like to thank my parents for supporting me and paying for everything. It's a really expensive sport, and I know it's hard to do, and thank you so much. I'd also like to thank my brother. He's always been a great role model and mentor to me. Thanks for all the great advice and for helping me out along the way. I'd also like to thank my girlfriend, Elizabeth, for being so supportive and positive through the hard times. You're amazing, I love you. I'd also like to thank my coaches along the way in the Olympic campaign, actually all my coaches, but specifically Mark Asquith, Charlie McKee, and Klaus Lange. Without you guys, I definitely couldn't have gotten to where I was in the 49er. I'd also like to thank the Windmark Sailing Foundation, U.S. Sailing, American One Racing, St. Francis Sailing Foundation, New York Sailing Foundation, St. Thomas Yacht Club, Eastern Yacht Club, Pleon Yacht Club, Yale Corinthian Yacht Club, my whole family, Brian Keene for helping us fundraise so much money, the Hankin family, and all other sponsors and donors. We definitely couldn't have done it without you. I'd also like to give a special thank you to the Virgin Islands community. I think it's the greatest place in the world. I've learned so much, and we have the best conditions, and I love it there, so thank you. This award means so much to me, and just like to thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Shout out to Ian's parents. And shout out to US Sailing, to Rolex, and to everybody that joined us in person and online. Gary, I think that's a wrap.
I tried to end it twice.
We know.
All right, thank you very much, Katie. Great to be with you.